Meditation and Spiritual Life, Swami Yatiswarananda. Surrender to the Supreme Being. In order to follow the spiritual path with success, the defects of the intellect and the ego are also to be removed. So, in simple words, what is the defect of the intellect and the ego? Firstly, intellect thinks that I am this body and I am this mind and I am bound. Ego thinks again the same thing. This is me and this is mine. This is called a defect because this mental thought process causes misery and pain, gives us happiness temporarily. So it's defective because it is not giving us everlasting peace and bliss which we are seeking. So, by persistently following the right path and strengthening the mind, the will becomes strong, and we certainly need a strong will for attaining success in spiritual life. So, what is the meaning of following the right path? Constant vichara, discrimination that this is real and that is unreal. Strengthening the mind, what it means? Pulling the mind away from all these external cravings and turning it inward into constant reflection on my reality, which is beyond this body and mind and its consequences. What happens when we pull our mind inward? The will becomes stronger, and definitely to attain the spiritual life, success in it, we require a strong willpower. When temptations assail us, when the mind is again pulled outward, when all the desires that lie in our subconscious mind appear before us and tempt us, we need a strong will to pull itself out. We must be able to follow the spiritual path, rising above all the various temptations that are sure to come to each and every one of us because of our past long sanskaras. And the one thing we must remember in spiritual life is this: egocentric, moral, and spiritual striving alone is not enough. Egocentric striving means I am doing good. I am serving. So this is egocentric. Rather, to become selfless, that has to be strived for. So egocentric, moral, and spiritual striving alone is not enough. So the teachers of yoga as well as the teachers of Vedanta tell us, along with the practice of disciplines, one must also try to surrender the fruits of one's activities to the Ishvara. Selfless service is what is indicated. To the yogi, he is the teacher of teachers. This teacher of teachers is not far away from us. Once the mind loses the tendency of me and mine through practice, this mind becomes the guru, the teacher of teachers, as it were. And that guru is not far away from us because we are that in our essence. He dwells in our heart. Initially, it appears that he is dwelling, but as we become more purer, we realize he and I are one. There is no difference. In the West, one does not very much appreciate God as the teacher of teachers, but in India we do. Our parents bring us into the world, but our spiritual teachers help us to be born in the realm of the spirit and help us to go beyond birth and death, misery and sorrow. In Vedanta, God, the Supreme Spirit, the Divine Principle, is not only the teacher of teachers but also the soul of all souls. Each one of us is a part of the Infinite Spirit. In some level, we are part, but ultimately, the highest reality is we are the Infinite Spirit. As our mind and heart becomes pure, whether in the initial stage we believe in a cosmic spirit or not, we come to get hold of our individual inner self. As we move further and further, we find that we are all really parts of a greater whole, and this is the greatest truth we need. We, as souls, are inseparable parts of the Oversoul, the Supreme Spirit. The Atman, the Upanishad declares, is hidden in the hearts of all. It is seen only by the seers, rishis, through their pure, subtle intuition. Pure, what does it mean? When the mind has come out of the habit of selfish instincts and has become selfless, where it is able to do all action as an offering to the Lord and not for me and mine, not for self gratification. That is purity. A strange faculty is lying hidden in every one of us. It is the faculty by which the soul knows itself, by which it directly knows the Supreme Spirit through moral practices, through prayers, through meditation. What happens? All these things, when we do, the will gets stronger. And through that will, when we turn inward, what happens? This dormant faculty is to be awakened. Only then does spiritual life truly begin. What is this dormant faculty that is to be awakened? When the mind becomes very pure, means selfless, it becomes very strong in the face of temptations. So the temptations do not lure the mind. When the mind is directed inward, the inner faculty, that means our real nature, we start to get glimpse of it, that we are not individual spirits separated by body and mind, but we are a continuous whole, as it were. When such intuitions, realization starts to dawn, then this dormant faculty is awakened. Only then does spiritual life begin. What is this dormant faculty? That we feel unity. So that is the dormant faculty. It is only then the spiritual aspirant may say he is walking on the edge of the razor. In him there awakens a great power of discrimination between the real and unreal. When that unity is being slowly felt and realized, he realizes that I am not separate. I am not born and I am not going to die. This body is just a garment. Body is not real, rather me, that spirit is the reality. That dormant understanding faculty of the mind awakens, as it were. Why is it a razor's edge? Because past actions, past habits creep in and we tend to oscillate in the initial stages. We fall down, causing great misery, because we fall down from great heights. Now at present we are at a very low, so falling doesn't make us doesn't give us much grief. But suppose we are in a very high state and we fall, it's a great fall and the pain is more, and to get back again the struggle is more. So in him there awakens a great power of discrimination between the real and the unreal. And with this razor of discrimination, he removes from himself all that is not self. He cuts himself off from body consciousness, mind consciousness also, intellect consciousness also. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. Beyond this is the Atman, which is Paramatman. He realizes that he is the Atman, spirit, and as the spirit, he is an inseparable part of the Supreme Spirit. So he is also the Paramatman, the soul of all souls. Here, having attained the highest purity, having dissociated itself from all things that are material, mental, emotional, the soul, the Jivatman, can walk on the razor's edge and become united with the Oversoul, Paramatman. That is what is experienced by illumined seers. So it's not a theory, it's an experience. Now we may very well ask the question, what is ourselves? Who am I? We can be seers not simply by wishing, but by following in the footsteps of those who realized the Supreme Spirit, who walked on the edge of the razor, who divested themselves of all that is not spirit and realized the Supreme Spirit. So, razor's edge, because tremendous, highest amount of tyaga and vairagya is needed. Not easy. We have fears. Oh, if I give away all these things, how will I survive? What will I hold on to? Fears assail our mind, hence, walking on the razor's edge. But if we do that, then only the Supreme Spirit is realized. Following in their footsteps, we may make a humble beginning in our spiritual life. Let us try to awaken in us the consciousness that we are the Spirit. Just by wishing that we want to awaken will not happen. We have to walk the path. Not easy. Let us try to feel that we are all parts of the one Oversoul. Let us feel that the body is our chariot, senses are horses, and the horses are running here and there. How to control? The mind is the reins, the control. Intellect is the charioteer, the controller. The intellect uses the mind to control the senses. Let us learn. So this analogy of this body, this depiction makes us understand the process, the footsteps, that through our intellect, a discriminating intellect, that yes, this is real, that is unreal, that the horses is running for the unreal, through the intellect we direct the mind to control those senses going outward and devote the senses and the mind to things that is real. Then the work begins. Then only we feel that the body is just a chariot and I am the living entity, the consciousness behind all these things. Let us learn to have full control over this chariot. So that's the first step. Following in the footsteps of the illumined souls, let us possess the right understanding. Let us restrain the mind. Let us control the senses. Let us follow steadily the path of spiritual realization. Let us awake. Let us arise. Let us follow the spiritual path step by step. Let us try to realize the true self, the self of all. Let us not stop till the goal is reached. By walking on the razor's edge, by strictly following the spiritual path, let us attain illumination and bliss now and forever, and also help others to walk on the razor's edge by leading that life, not by mere talks, but leading being a lamp unto the world, to follow the spiritual path and attain the same illumination and bliss.